I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it with no problem. I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let them have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it.
Hello, 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 everyone, and good morning on this bright and beautiful Tuesday morning. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'll go through in a few minutes here and introduce everyone in the chat, tell everybody hello and good morning, and then I will bring on the guest of the day. If you haven't checked out the description bar below, you will not know yet until you see it. First in the chat this morning, get that pie point is a Moon Goddess Treasures, Miss Crystal. Hello, hello, and welcome. Pinky Nikki, hello, good morning, and welcome. Steven, hello, hello. And of course, Land Shark Picker, James also. Hello, hello, everyone. And first, I want to say thank you all for coming and showing your love and support to the channel. But most of all, I want you to give a warm welcome to those you may see in the chat, the guest of the day. He is fairly new at this, and he was gracious enough to say yes when I asked him to come on as a guest for the first few days that I was getting guests lined up. And so without further ado, hello, Amber, Alt Country Sales. So today's guest is none other than Mr. Austin from Bourbon City Pickers. Good morning. And we just lost him. All right, I just put his link in the chat. He's still new at this. He's got like 224 subscribers. He's got several videos there, and there he is coming right back in. There we go. And then that's one way how you learn how to move around in the back rooms. And so I thank you so much for taking the time to come out and be a guest. I know you can't stay on too long, so I want to get to introduce you to everyone. For those who are new in the chat that doesn't know who you are, they may have seen you in the chats, but now they get to actually meet you. And again, if you have any questions for Austin, go ahead and put them in the chat, and we'll make sure we get to those. So what I'll do is I'll let Austin go ahead and introduce himself, and then we'll go into maybe some questions after that. Go ahead, Austin.
Well, my name's Austin. Quite a few of y'all seen me in the chats. I live in Bardstown, Kentucky. That's the reason I changed my name to the Bourbon City Picker, because that's what Bardstown's known for. It's bourbon. I've been reselling for about a year, maybe two. It started after my heart surgery, so it's been back and forth. I had heart surgery about 3 years ago, so it's somewhere in there.
Right. Well, I want to say, first of all, I was going to ask you about the Bourbon City Picker, because when I think of bourbon, not only Kentucky, but I think of New Orleans and the Bourbon Street area in the quarter. Yeah. So that's why I was going to ask you, where did you get the name from? And you answered that.
It's supposed to be the bourbon capital of the world. They're supposed to make more bourbon here than anywhere else. For this little town, I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah. But they got a lot of it.
So as of right now, I do have the link in the chat for y'all to check it out, and it's also in the description bar below of the video. That way, if you would like to check out his channels, there's his link. Go ahead and subscribe to him. He is in almost every chat that I've seen him in lately, where he's always very open and asking questions or telling everybody hello and talking in the chats. So now you get to actually put a name with the face. So what got you to start doing not only YouTube, but is that all you do is eBay, or is that you do any other platforms?
Well, eBay is the main thing I do. I've played a little bit with what is that? Macari.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it, but I'm slow at listing anyways. And to try and do it on all these other platforms, it's a little bit of a pain. I've been told to use there's a listing thing that help you do it, but
cross posting, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not good at the interwebs yet, so
it's a learning progress. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not a computer person anyway.
Right.
So.
Good morning, hello, and welcome to Janet and Kay from Passports and Pizza Pies. Hello, and good morning. So, as far as when did you start selling on eBay? Good morning, Chicky Nikki.
Let's see. I had a store. Oh, probably about a year and a half ago, and I was doing it pretty consistently. I mean, I had it for quite a while, and whenever the pandemic started, I pretty much shut it down. Then I was having some health issues and stuff, and trying to work. My schedule is just too much for me at the time, so I just shut it down. I recently started back this January. So,
how long have you been doing YouTube now?
Well, I looked at my videos and it said I'd only been doing them, I think, a year, something like that. But I had my heart surgery that took 7-8 months to where I was fully able to go back to work and everything. And that's when I started doing them. So it's probably been about a year and a half, somewhere in there.
Okay. I want to also say hello and welcome to Mimicking You, backed by Silver. Paul Antonelli. Hello, good morning. Sandra. Hello, good morning and welcome. What was that?
Oh, I was just looking at the screen. I finally seen where the chats are popping up.
Yeah. When you're on the phone, it's a little bit different, but yeah, you still can see it, but it's just a little different on the phone.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you doing today? And so, yeah, this is Austin from the Boston City Picker. In case if y'all haven't checked it out yet, I do have his link in the chat, and I also have it in the description bar below. Every day when I have a guest, I will be putting their information in the bottom of the description bar, right above the disclaimer of the description, so that way you can see exactly where they're at in their channel. That way you can go and check out their channel, as well as if somebody comes back and watches the recorded video, they get to see that information as well. So what is your goals right now as far as for the not only YouTube, but for like your eBay? I know you have some health issues, but again, what is your goals as far as reaching for on eBay and or YouTube?
Well, I kind of got thrust into doing eBay full time with the health concerns and everything I have. It's pretty much my main source. We are actually, I've been trying to find something I can do. And I think I might have found something. So I'm going to try it, see what happens. But eventually I'd like to be able to do eBay full time and get on other platforms.
Right.
My main thing is I buy storage units. So
what is your biggest or your most go-to items that you're looking at that you sell on eBay?
Well, my favorite thing to sell is toys. I love toys. Whenever I buy storage units, that's one thing I look for is toys. That and of course shoes. Jordans, they sell pretty quickly. So
okay. You have a question in the chat from James and Petite Adventures. Do you see your other pickers when sourcing?
Well, not. I don't know. I used to see Sarcastic Stacker whenever we had live auctions, and a couple other guys, J Smith-Krenek, But as far as just like pickers that go to thrift stores, I haven't seen none that I've seen on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've seen them. I can pick them out in the store. I know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Other than actually knowing them, no. I figure eventually I might run into Tesla Picker. He's down in Louisville too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of them in that Kentucky area.
Yeah, I didn't know there was so many till here recently. There's more of them popping up every day. Now, Thrifty Junker, she lives right over across the bridge in Indiana.
Yeah.
So she's not far either.
Speaking of Stacker, there he is.
Yeah,
Austin, Stacker asks a question. Do you miss hanging out with the Stacker at the live auctions? I miss seeing you there.
He knows I do. These internet things are just horrible. I miss live auctions for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a place where you are sourcing and somebody you see that actually starts scanning things and you hear the little noise that it makes when they're scanning?
All the time.
I was at a Ollie's one day, and there was two guys next to me in the book sections of Ollie's, and they constantly scanning. And so I was with Miss Carol from Carol's Creative Corner one day over at Ollie's, and you can hear them doing it. And I said, either eBay or Amazon. And they both looked at me and said, Amazon. So, they were scanning so many books and putting them in their cart at the Ollie's. So it was pretty cool to see when you have somebody where you're sourcing and that happens. He's in Louisville, Kentucky. Where you're at?
Oh, I'm in Bardstown. It's about 45 minutes south of Louisville.
And again, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you would, please put at Cajun Roots so I can see it and it'll highlight it for me. That way I can definitely get your questions if you have any for Austin. Y'all may know Austin in the chats. He's always pretty much commenting and chatting with everybody in the chats. He's just recently started coming into most of our community pages. And so I asked him if he would be a guest, and he said yes. So this is his first time. Actually, I think this is your first time doing a live of any kind, is it? Other than the recorded?
I did one with Bobby and Angie one night.
Okay.
That was quite... I'm not as nervous this time. That first time I was, I stayed pretty quiet and didn't say a whole lot, but that's kind of me anyways. I'm not
right.
super talkative.
Let's see. Louisville is the only place I've been there that I saw with the most churches anywhere. Yeah, you usually see them a lot in the country.
They have quite a few just in town. There's quite a few than usual. They got Derby coming up this week.
I was wondering about that when it's coming up.
Yeah, I think it's actually this weekend, to be honest. But I don't pay it no attention.
Right.
Yeah. I just try and avoid it.
No, what is the farthest you went as far as sourcing away from your town?
Oh, let's see. Probably about maybe 2.5 hours. I bought a couple units way up in Indiana one time. That was not fun because you got to come back across the bridge, and they got the toll bridge there. And I got my car and another person helps in his car. I try to stay pretty close to home. Louisville's about as far as I like to go.
Right. Let's see something here. I'm trying to check and find somebody here real quick. So let everybody know a little bit about yourself as far as if they don't know who you are yet, as far as your history of what you're doing as far as your eBay and your YouTube, or your goals for what you want to do for YouTube.
Well, I hate to say it, YouTube's never really been a big thing for me. I do it for fun. That's the biggest thing it is. I used to be able to do the take the storage units, let people kind of see what I was finding and stuff.
Right.
But recently, I haven't really been doing that. I've been doing more of the sales and stuff I have on eBay. Just mainly because of not having a camera and just using my phone for everything.
Right.
But eventually, I'd like to get to where I'm back to taping units and stuff like that, which I'm working on, but it's just going to take time.
Right. You got to do that everywhere you go, no matter what it is you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Stoner in the house. Oh, shut up. How do you pronounce that? Goon, Gnomes and the Frog. All right, there's another question. What are your plans for expanding your business, other platforms, or bigger sourcing?
Well, I'm gonna try and get over on other platforms. That way, I got more eyes on more items.
Right.
I'm probably gonna stick with my storage units mainly. I mean, I go out and do some thrifting and stuff, but I just enjoy the hunt. Storage units, that's the big thing. I love it when I find jewelry and stuff like that. Watch
Now, out of
Stacker.
curiosity, what is going to be the biggest? What is like the grail, the gold pickup, what you want to find in if you have found it yet? If not, what is it? Like the golden grail of something you're looking for that you might not have found yet, or you have. What would that be?
Well, I seen Stacker pull out boxes of jewelry that was full of gold and stuff. I'd love to do that, but I don't find a lot of gold and stuff. I would love to be able to buy a sports memorabilia unit. Somebody else get into collecting cards and stuff. I would just love that. That'd be nice, real nice for me.
I'm trying to get a link right here of something and it's not working here. Let's see.
Yeah. I usually take the units lots of people don't want, and I do really well doing that. So that's kind of my MO. When we used to go to live auctions, I'd buy the cheapest ones I could.
Oh, let's see. Do you see a lot of upbidding at storage units?
Online, yes. When we was doing the live, well, with the group of guys that did it, yeah. So they always wanted to see who could outdo the other lots of the time. But
right.
I've got caught in what they call a pissing match, and
right.
Sometimes they don't turn out very well for you.
I've seen a lot of that on TV, but I also see a lot of it in some of the channels as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Stacker, I just put the link in for you to come in. I was trying to find you either on Instagram and Facebook, but it wouldn't let me. I had to answer all kind of questions for you, Facebook. But there's the link if you want to come in right at this time to be part of this with them. I also want to say hello to BMOS, Bill Stoner, Miss Carol from Carol's Creative Corner. Do you do estate sales? And if you do you like them?
I've been to 2. And one was before the pandemic, and I enjoyed it.
Hey, Johnny.
Hello.
Hey,
how you doing?
There he is. Hey, buddy.
Good to see you guys.
How you doing?
I saw you on there. I'm like, oh my God, there's Austin. Yeah.
I tried not to say who the guest is until that morning, so I added his information before the show today.
How you doing,
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah,
So
on. You guys are doing fine.
So y'all used to go to storage auctions together, you said?
Yeah, we'd love to do it again, but they're doing these onlines now. And public storage, we used to go to the caravans every month and had a great time, and we bought units together, and we miss that. But the online auctions at least allow you to sit on your couch and relax and study the lockers for days on end, and game plan your strategy. And you can have backup units. Austin knows exactly what I'm talking about. You have backups and you got your key targets. So there is some advantages to online auctions, in my opinion. You might pay more, but you can study it better. Don't have to rush.
Right. Now you have another question. You said you like toys. Are the pricing of when you go sourcing, are the prices high?
Well, now see, I get most of mine out of storage units. So I can kind of keep my prices down because of the inventory I get out of some of these storage units.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to the Walmart to buy Legos, which is just, it's hard to do because there's so many people doing it apparently.
Right.
They kind of keep the prices up, I feel. I mean, where you used to be able to go in and buy it cheap on clearance. Now, if you're going to the Goodwill, They charge more than they should on a lot of stuff. They
Right.
start raising their prices.
Bill says most of the units around where he's at are just straight up trash. Yeah, I was very fortunate when I went to do some auctions for storage units. I basically was very picky on what I bought, but I have to say I'm very, very fortunate enough to be able to sell the furniture that was in it without me having to move it by making a Facebook place a message, and they would basically come and pick it up at the units when they paid for it.
Oh, now Stacker knows how I buy storage units, and he probably seen this one sitting over at Public Storage, is Strawberry Lane. It looked like garbage. There's only a couple little things in there. I seen a tennis racket I could get $40 for, so I bid $10 on it. I won it. I got there. The girl cracked the door open, and the stink just slapped me in the face, which is the part I don't like about the online storage. You can't smell it. But I started digging through there, and I found out what stunk. Apparently, these people took little trash cans with the little black bags you put in them, decided to crap in them, and put it in the box. So we got all that cleared out.
Out.
It's hard to even talk about that, but got that cleared out and tried looking through the stuff they had dumped out on the floor. And there was some good stuff in there, but by the time we got it out of the unit and back,
good shit.
Yeah, it was saturated. So,
all right, there's a question from Paul. He wants to know, what is the sites you're using on the online auctions?
The main one is storagetreasures.com.
Yeah,
the other one I like is Locker Fox. Yeah, they're about the best two there is. But I will tell you,
SellStorageAuctions.com. I checked them out, but they're not any good anymore. Really, there's not a lot for this area.
What are you using more on Stacker?
StorageTreasures.com. That is the one I use the most.
Yeah, I think storage treasures market on it around here, really.
Are you having any luck with any of those as far as when you're auctioning? Is there a lot of people competing, or are you able to get at least some of the storage units you're looking at?
Well, usually I get the ones I want. There is quite a bit of competition now because it is online. There's more people seeing it.
Right.
So but that turd unit I got, the literal turd unit, I got a stack of 12 books out of there, and they don't have no smell or nothing to them, luckily.
Right.
And, they were actually high dollar books. I'm going to get about $500-600 out of $10 unit. So that's
good.
Yeah, real good.
All right, I want to say hello and good morning to Louis, the Lone Star Picker. If y'all have any questions for Austin and or the Stacker, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get it answered for you. Stacker joined them because they evidently knew each other from that area, and they're in the same area where they go do the same kind of auctions. And so he asked to join. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Y'all actually knew each other in that area. Good morning, hello, and welcome to Jen. Bill says Locker Fox, Storage Treasures, and Storage Auctions. I didn't realize they had different platforms.
Yeah.
Wow. So what was the best auction units y'all ever found? What did I want?
Boy, I'm on a good one right now, but man, I found one time that had thousands in gold in it. So that's why I'm more of a treasure hunter than a reseller. I buy all these storage units to bring to YouTube, and I sell mostly the best of the stuff, and then I bulk sell to eBayers on the rest of the stuff. I don't know anybody else that has that business model, but that's how I roll, because I'm retired, and so everything I do is for building the YouTube channel, enjoying storage auction buying and treasure hunting. And this way I could pay for the hunt with the storage auctions.
We got to go back to the statement. She came in, she says, "What did I walk into? I just heard turd."
Oh boy.
That's a bad storage unit. That's what that is.
Sandra she just asked the similar question to what I did, but I'm going to ask hers as well. What was the biggest surprise of the highest profit you found?
Oh, well, Stacker probably. The first live auction I went to was with Stacker and Icy Profits, and it was over there on Strawberry Lane again. There was that unit that had the bag or laundry basket that had some purses and some weave in it. Nobody wanted. I ended up getting it for $1. I probably made about $3,000. It had vintage purses in it. Nobody wanted it. It was, well, that same day I bought another one over at another place, and I gave $50 for it. Actually, Stacker was bidding against me, so I me bidding on it, so he stopped.
I'll let you have it, dude. No, I'm kidding, man. I remember that locker there. You got some really good Jordans in there.
Oh yeah, that hell, one of them sold for $300 or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a good dealer's unit. It was a good unit.
That was over on Poplar Level Road.
Yeah, Poplar Level Road. Yep.
Now I have a question on something that Bill just made a statement in reference to. He pulls out all the best stuff that he sells online, and the worst stuff either goes to auction or to dumpsters. What is the percentage you think you might be getting in your units when you purchase them that either you have to throw it away, dumpster it, or try to just redonate it?
I'd say about 80% of the stuff you got to unload.
Yeah.
You just got to either donate it, use it, give it away, and then the 20% you sell. That's a good estimation from where I'm sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, for the units I buy, it depends on how much stuff is in them. I bought one down in Lexington about a month ago, and I probably only got rid of about 10% of it. Everything else I'm going to sell. The kid was a Jordan collector. He had a nice lot of high-end clothes and stuff. I'm going to sell all of it. I'm going to get all the money I can out of that one. This last one, I threw away 90% of it, 95%, and kept 5%. So.
Well, being y'all live in the same area, and y'all basically seem like y'all been doing this for a while in the same area, have y'all ever thought about maybe if y'all see bigger units go in together and buy it as a team? Or have y'all?
I did that a lot with Icy Profits. We bought 42 lockers together, and we did that for about a year, and then sadly he took a full-time job and he hadn't been around on those for lately.
He moved over to Indiana, I think, didn't he?
Yes, he moved over to Indiana, took a full-time job. I miss him. You know, it was a lot of fun at those auctions. We had a good time, man.
All right, so if anybody has any questions for either the Stacker or for Austin, go ahead and write them in the chat so we can ask them for you. Now, I have to ask you, Stacker, what is this thing you keep doing with all these hot peppers? It seems like the hotter you go, the more you want more. Tell everybody about that.
You know, for one, I love hot peppers, Johnny. I love them, and I want to expand the channel. So to get more subscribers, I'm reaching out to the pepper community because I feel like I'm a part of them as well as a part of the resellers and the storage buyers. So I'm trying to expand the channel because eventually I want that check by my name.
Right.
When we be verified, it's going to take me years or never, but that's my goal. So I'm just doing the best I can with it. I want to show everybody how the baby boomers rock YouTube. Okay, we got something to say.
Because it doesn't seem like you're afraid to try anything hotter every time you do something new.
No, when you go to the pepper community and you see what they do, I am very low on the totem pole in the Johnny Scovilles and the Big Owls and all those guys and the Maniacal Matts and the Heat My Shorts kind of guy. I'm very low on, but as far as the non-chili heads like you guys, you probably think, oh my God. Well, no, I'm just low on the totem pole when it comes to that.
Okay.
But yeah, I love hot peppers. So let's put it that way.
I can tell.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but you're doing it.
Oh yeah. There's my boy.
So how long have you been doing your auction? Wait, you got you let's see. Oh, look how pretty.
That's Tyler. He's 25 pounds.
Wow.
25. He wants to get down. He's heavy.
I was gonna say something that I forgot. Oh yeah, how long have you been doing storage units as well?
Oh, he's
Who, Austin or me?
no, you Stacker.
I've been doing them since 2011, so about 10 or almost 11 years. I've probably bought 1,000 storage units.
Wow.
You probably bought more than that by now.
Yeah, maybe. I've lost track.
Has it been harder for y'all now that it's been online to be able to see exactly what's in there? I know you were saying earlier about it's hard to actually see because when you're in person, you get to actually see like the dust layers in there or the smell that comes out of it. Is it a little bit harder for y'all when y'all doing it online?
As far as smell, it is, but online makes it easier for me because I can sit there and study the pictures, blow them up, and just do forensics on a locker that way. And that helps me. In a live auction, usually you got people, they're all rushing to the door, and then you just can't see over them or past them, and when there's a lot of people at an auction. So in a way, there's an advantage and a disadvantage to online auctions.
Right. And what about for you, Austin?
Well, other than the smell, like Stacker was saying, you can zoom in on the pictures, kind of get a better feel of what's actually in there. But the part of the live I miss is just the interaction with people.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really miss them having to drive out and look at all these units and might not end up buying one of them because they're just bad.
Right.
Now it does the live and the online beat the stuff public had us doing for a while. We would go out, we could get out of our vehicles and stand around, but when they went to go do the units, we had to get back in our cars and do it over the phone, which was horrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was.
I got in California too. Yeah.
You're looking at a 2-inch screen when you do that. 2-inch screen to buy hundreds of dollars worth of stuff. You're looking at 2 inches. I lost 3 lockers in a row. I lost money on buying it like that. 3 in a row.
Yeah, I bought.
Austin knows what I'm talking about. That's just almost terrible.
It's horrible. You couldn't tell nothing.
Right.
And then the lady on the other end, she's talking it up. She says, "Oh, there's all these tubs in there." And then I got in the locker. Oh, there was a lot of tubs. All right, they were all empty and stacked in there together. You couldn't see it on the phone. So when they went online, I was actually glad because I did not like the phones. That was stupid.
Right. All right. You do have a question here from Saunders. It says thoughts on using high bid or high bid.
I've went to it and I'm still getting used to navigating it and everything. But honestly, I haven't really seen nothing I thought myself was a good deal on there. It just all seemed kind of overpriced for what I was seeing. Now, I might be on the wrong end of the side. I don't know. But I'm still playing with that. But,
Amber says she's been thinking about using high bid too.
Yeah, I haven't dove in and done it yet. I've been looking at it, but that's about it so far.
Bill says he likes the idea of being able to intimidate the other bidders when you're in the person at the storage units. Yeah. Clean up the office. You're going to burn yourself again. Okay. Now, when y'all been doing, because I know I've been hearing you, Stacker, talking in reference to trying to get these bids going on the auctions you've been watching. How much have you been able to actually get lately when you've been doing these auctions? Because I hear hit and miss sometimes when you're doing that.
Problem online is a lot of times you'll be fired up to buy a storage unit. It could be great. And then about 10 minutes before the auction's supposed to sell, it goes offline. It's very frustrating as a buyer. You target this locker, you get excited about it all week long. You're going to buy it no matter what the cost. 10 minutes before it sells, it's gone. That doesn't seem to happen at live auctions, but it happens on online auctions all the time.
Wow. Good morning. Hello. Welcome, Adam Exploits. So you're not having much luck lately then when you're going to go to the online ones then lately, it sounds like.
Well, I've got a killer one. I got a tiger by the tail right now in that Antiques Motherlodes antique unit. Austin's seen it. I'm day 7. I've been filming every day and putting up a video every day the last week. And I'm going to go out today right after this and film day 7. And I'm hoping I get the money shot today. If there's any gold, it's going to be in the back, because people will put the best stuff in the back, because in the event of a break-in, nobody's going to be able to get back to the back.
And I never thought of it that
in
way.
a packed 10 by 20 storage unit. You're just not going to be able to do that as a thief, I would guess. So that's where you find, honestly, that's what people do. They put the best of the best in the back. That's been my experience.
Now,
so that's where I'm almost at now.
When you're going through your units, what is the best thing you give a reference? The best suggestion you give to someone who is maybe for the first time getting an auction unit? What would be the best advice you would give them?
Oh,
start out small.
I would tell them to get just a small unit, something that they could fit in their car, fit in their van, and just start small and just learn from the small units, because they may not know how to target them or what they could possibly find. Profiling, you got to be able to profile these and possibly what you might possibly find in there because of what you could see.
Right.
So start small. That'd be my advice.
I know one thing. I watched some of these people who buy these units and they for the first time, and they're just going through it on their camera, on their live, and they don't look inside like the pockets of jackets or sweaters and shirts, and they don't go through the books to see if there's money hidden in the books and stuff like that. And it's amazing what you can find in almost. You have to look at everything, and you have to open everything.
I find cash a lot like that.
Yeah.
I bought a unit.
Dig to rob me. Yes, Chandra. Yes, that's.
And I go through all the pockets and everything, but dryer hose. It'd been wired together at the end, just old aluminum dryer hose. You wouldn't think nothing about it. I picked it up and started just throw it, and I felt
this one.
So I popped. Yeah, you remember this one? Hey, you got it.
I ended up buying the item you're about ready to tell Johnny that you found, and everybody. I ended up buying that for $120. Tell your story, Austin. Sorry.
I went to go toss it, and I was like, "Oh, this got some weight in it." So I said, "Well, I checked the pockets and everything on it. I need to open this up." So I opened it up. There was a what is a 18? It's 18 something top break pistol.
Wow.
Yeah. It was nice.
In the hole from the dryer?
In a dryer hose, yeah.
Wow.
They took the ends of the hose.
Heat in the dryer.
Yeah. They'd wired the ends together, and that was it. So I look in absolutely everything now. I flip books upside down, shake them, do the pages, all that stuff.
James makes a good point here, and I was going to ask you that question next. And it's in reference to this statement, because James is saying that because of the fact that sometimes you see them online as mostly staged, the lockers have been gone through and then the charges are put back in place, then the camera is turned on. I have to ask, because I have seen this a lot, where I have been online to see some of the auctions that are online. Tell everybody the difference of what is a manager's special, because I have seen them in the description. This is a manager special versus someone who's got a locker that was actually lost.
Manager special is just stuff that people have left behind, and they put it all in one storage unit, and then it's not a lean unit. It's just going to be no major surprises in there. It's just going to be regular stuff. So you're not going to find any hidden treasures. So manager specials, you only bid on what you see.
Yeah, I bought one. I bought a couple of them just because I had certain items I wanted in them. The last one I bought, it was kind of a surprise because I guess, who was it? It was, doggone it, Storage Express. They had a manager's unit over in Fairdale there. And I guess they'd been holding that for a year. It had all kind of clothes and stuff just piled up about 4 foot high in there. And I found some old nice vintage stuff in there, but I only gave $4 for it because nobody wanted it. It was a manager special. It's junk. But normally I don't buy that stuff.
Now, what about units that are marked as a lien?
A lien unit? Yeah,
That's when the people just didn't pay their bill, and then.
The reason I'm asking is because I had seen a video last week where somebody was doing it where they had the tag that said lien on it.
Mm-hmm.
And, Adam made a comment right here. He thought those were illegal to buy when it's a lien unit.
No, that's how they sell. When the people don't pay their rent, then it gets a lien put on it, and then they're allowed by law to sell it. Yep. And then if they don't pay the bill before you go to get the auction, get the unit, and they lose it. They lose the stuff.
Don't they have until the time they actually go to open the unit to sell it, or if they're doing it online, they have up to that point to buy it back?
They can cure the unit up until the time they receive payment from the buyer.
Okay, all right.
Now, one thing I found out on the lien units is, just say, like this last one Stacker bought. He bought it for $850. If the rent on the unit is more than $850, legally, the storage company can still go after the old owner of that unit for their rent. So
yes, and they also can get a check back if the people owe $400 on the unit that I bought. For instance, I paid $850 minus the fees and everything. They are by law required to get a refund. The people who lost their unit.
Oh, really?
And plus, you cure their debt.
I didn't know that's how that works.
Yes.
Adam said,
unless you don't pay enough for what they owed, then they still owe money.
Right, because he said I meant that they staged the lien units. But I thought they couldn't open those until the minute they go to auction.
Well, you're not. Well, that's illegal, by the way. You staging a lien unit, that's fraud.
You can't do that. And some of them do that.
People do it.
It's hard to catch them, but you
learn the facilities you start to trust. We know that public storage generally is on the level, or up and up. Generally,
they just want you to get the crap out of there so they can rent the unit out.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I like public storage because you don't have to put a deposit on the unit, and you can rent the unit if you need extra time, and they give you like $1 for the first month. So it's great.
Now, have you ever bought units where you had to take and you didn't have the time to get it emptied out and you had to pay an extra month or so on a unit?
Yeah, I'm on one right now. I just went ahead and paid all the way through May on a 10 by 20, and it was only $72.
Yeah. Castlevania Reseller Mel, welcome back. A lot of places are staging units. She does a lot of units as well. She's in Pennsylvania, I think. Adam said, yes, that's illegal to stage the lien units. Yeah. Everything is going good, but I have to be super busy. I've been very busy. I need some sleep. We're running 24/7, 365, and I'm still learning a lot to deal with. Well, congratulations. It's good to hear you keeping busy, though. Bill says they are also not supposed to enter the unit, but you do see photos of the storage treasures all the time that they're taking in from the inside of the unit. Yeah, I've seen it. Go ahead.
Public. When we were buying by phone, Austin will attest to this. They were actually going into the unit and looking at some of the stuff and opening up a tub. It's, look at this. Look at that. You remember that, right, Austin?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care for that. They ain't supposed to do it. That's it. Well, that's dirty cool. Supposed to do that.
That is
dirty. They do it so they get more money at you.
They're trying to get more money out of the bids. That's what they're doing.
Mel says that I picked up 3 pallets. Cool. I picked up 3 pallets yesterday. Okay. Well, that means you're getting back into business. Don't forget to put y'all links in the chat. Also, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get the link again for Stacker. Go ahead and put your link in the chat.
Yeah, let me get that. I'm only 27 subs away, guys, from the Toa Satan challenge, and I'll be at 2,000 when I do it.
All right, here's the link. Here's the link for Austin. Y'all may have seen him in the chats, but this time you get to see him in person. That we can put a face with a name. He was gracious enough to say yes, he can come on as a guest, and I wanted to promote him as he is fairly new in the community, but you know him every chat we go into. He's always in there supporting us, commenting and questions and things like that. There is Stacker's link.
Yeah, just hard for me to get up early in the morning.
Yeah. And I know you said you can't stay on too long. So I know it's getting close to you to have to get off the live.
I can stay to the top of the hour.
Okay, good.
If that's okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about Austin at the same time. He may have to get off at 45 after, but let me know, Austin, when you have to go.
Well, she ain't said nothing, so
okay. I have to run. Getting to speed, y'all. Well, good to hear from you, Trent, and keep us posted how things are going. And don't forget, there's his link in the chat for his channel, the channel with him and his dad. There's both members of this community.
Thanks.
Yeah, they forgot to send you you didn't pay your renewal yet, Chuck. One of the things I want to ask you about that too, do y'all find, because I know when I used to do auctions, and I guess it's because where I was from in Louisiana, they would not open the units because they had that red lock on it, plus the lock that was originally from the buyers that was renting it, where they take theirs off and then they cut that lock. Do y'all see that a lot right now, or is it y'all just whatever y'all see on the units is what y'all get?
Online.
And when Austin,
they have to open the unit so you can see the pictures online. Now at the live auctions, if I remember right, they used to take they'd have the public storage lock on there, and some facilities they'd still leave the other lock on.
Mm-hmm.
But lots of places went ahead and cut the lock off and just put theirs on.
Right.
Yeah, the lives, they used to just come by with a grinder and cut the locks off, and that was supposedly the first time you saw the unit. They had seen the unit, supposedly.
Right. So y'all see that at all anymore, or is it all strictly because of the pictures they're showing you that they have to open it before?
Hardly any live auctions around here right now. There's very few live auctions right now.
Now, Stacker, about a month ago, they had them units over at Public on Strawberry. They said they couldn't open them about a foot, so you could just see the little bit of paper and stuff. Those that was BS because everybody went over there and they was able to open the doors on them except for two.
Yeah.
They'd opened them up and seen they was full of newspapers and stuff and shut the door back and said they couldn't open the doors. But
that's the location where Icy Profits bought a unit and it was full of meth pipes and all kind of crap and grunge and everything else. He got robbed, man. That locker sucked.
I bought a unit in the same building just right down from him. And he told me, said, I was coming through there, and he told me, said, yeah, I'm going to wish you luck because you're going to need it. He started showing me all the pipes and stuff he found. I was like,
you're going to need a dump truck's what you're going to need.
Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Bill says that I've seen them cut locks in person, but you could not tell someone has been. You could tell that someone has been in there, the unit, and it was a facility locked. They put.
Well, now a lot of times when something's like that, I buy the lower end units because I can't roll and keep up with Stacker and other guys. But
Mel says she can't even find any units right now.
I get units where it looks like somebody's been through there, and the reason why is because the storage renter had already decided they was just going to let this thing go.
Mm-hmm.
So they went in there, pilfered through everything they could get. Remember that was in there, and you just got crap scattered everywhere.
Right.
Well, they leave their lock on it, then they go to open it up, and of course, it looks like somebody's picked with it, and they did. The owner did.
Before in your area, what is the longest you have when you say you purchase the unit and you pay for it, you win the auction? What is the length of time that you have to empty it out or pay for rental?
They give you 72 hours. No, Public gives you 48 hours. A lot of places give you 72 hours, and they might give you an extra day if you ask for it. But at least you can rent the unit there, and it's cheap at first.
It depends on the storage facility.
Right.
Now, has let me have up to a week and a half before, just because I buy there a lot,
Yeah, I love Storage Express the way they do it. You don't even have to see anybody. You just buy the unit, pay online. They give you the combination to the lock. They use combination lock. You go to the facility and just take it off. You never see anybody. You pay by phone. Love Storage Express.
Yeah.
They'll give you 4 days.
Too. That's the thing I really like. She's real good, works with you.
Yeah, because I know the place I used to buy auctions out in New Orleans. I had my own personal business storage unit, and it was pretty big enough that where if I purchased a unit and I couldn't get it out completely empty, they would give me that next week. They wouldn't even charge me the extra rent because then I was doing it all by myself to where I would move everything out and stage only the things that I didn't want to move out. But if I posted it and with a picture on Facebook, they were able to meet me at the storage unit to come and get it if they paid for it, to where I didn't have to deal with it. So that's one of the things I liked about the units. But again, it's all in how you know the people there. The best thing is always get into friends with the people that are there always working it, because they're the ones that can actually help you when it comes to not moving everything out too fast if you don't have the time or the manpower.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania says, to be honest, kind of blaming it on the YouTube. Yeah, I noticed that she said a comment too in reference to a lot of times the units up there where she's at, they've been going for about $350. Now they're going for over $1,000. So it all depends, I guess, on the area you're in.
Well, that happened around here a lot. Here, well, since people started getting their stimulus checks and their
around tax time, it's hard for buyers like Austin and myself to get good deals on these storage units because people have money and they think they're going to get rich by buying a storage unit, and it just doesn't work like that.
Right. Adam says that the problem is that if you can't clean it out in time that they have, then you have to rent the unit, and then you're of course adding to your costs. And that's true, because if you paid it, so you paid $50 for the unit, and the rental is maybe $150 to $200, then that's adding into your cost of what you get. And then again, are you going to make your money back in that stuff that's in that unit? You don't know right away.
Well,
I've got a way that I do things, Johnny, that gives you an advantage. I'm going to give everybody a little tip here. Is if you need something personally, like a refrigerator, for instance. I bought a locker recently just because it had a refrigerator in it. It was a $1,250 refrigerator. We needed one a little bit bigger. So that gave me a tactical advantage on that storage unit.
Right.
So I target units a lot of times if I see stuff I like or need, and that gives me an advantage on the price. I don't know if that's going to help anybody, but it sure helps me.
Now that you're saying that, the very first unit I bought when I lost everything after Katrina, when I purchased that unit that I bought, I needed furniture because, again, I had to start all over again. And that was my best way of starting over, because this unit had all types of furniture that I needed. I used that to furnish the house just so I can have something to use in my home that I did to buy after the fact that I lost everything after Katrina. So
exactly. You can just buy a whole household of stuff and you can reboot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Especially when you're looking for something, instead of going buying it brand new.
Yeah.
You buy it, you're getting it right there because you purchased the unit. And so therefore that's yours automatically. You don't have to spend that extra money to go buy new furniture.
Exactly.
Well, that's like my kids. They're planning on moving out here in the next month. I told them after they got here and got kind of set up and everything, we got them their place. We're just going to start looking at storage units. They need a couch or nice chair, refrigerator, stuff, whatever. We'll just buy the units and just haul it to their house and they're set up.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the best way to do it right now.
It beats going to rent a center or the furniture store.
Overpaying for them places.
Yeah, exactly. So they give the whole house furnished for $450. I think that's what we're going to do.
All right.
Sandra, people don't have any idea we're getting into them. Yeah, that's a lot of work when you get into buying storage units, especially when you don't have the need for what's in there, but you can sell it. Then you have to figure out how to and get rid of it. I know when I did it, after I furnished my home, everything that I did not want, I left it there in the unit, and I basically sold the stuff right out of the unit, so they didn't have to. I'd rather have it be safe at that location. That way, if I'm having somebody looking at something, they want to buy it, they won't come to my house. They're going to go to that unit. So that way I know I have somebody there around there when it happens. Because you just never know these days.
No.
Life changes. Be flexible. Change with the way of sourcing. Intensifying units. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I'm one of the idiots that people buy from their adventure. But I'm having so much fun that it's almost illegal to have this much fun. And I'm 65 years old, and if I can do it, anybody can.
Right. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Perlini. Hello. And yeah, you have to love what you're doing.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people when they're doing these units, they're buying them because one, they have a thrift store that they're trying to fill, put things on their store unit in the storefront. Whereas if you don't have that kind of place to put it, you have to really think on how you're going to get rid of it, no matter what it is. We have a question from Miss Carol. Do you have a warehouse to store all these items that you're getting units that you're buying?
Well, I had 3 buildings built in the back. The Home Depot built for me back there. That it took me a few years to build the infrastructure to really be able to handle these storage units. I mean, you can do it if you got a garage or just an extra spare room. Do it on a small level and work your way up, and that's kind of what I did. I started out buying the dine and dash units, what we call it. Austin knows what I mean. The little 5x5s, I call them dine and dash, and then I worked my way up.
That's how I started.
Yeah.
Myself, I've got a 3-bedroom house with an enclosed garage, and I also bought a rent storage unit just so I can take stuff up there and go through it. That way I don't have to keep dragging it to my house,
What size unit you got, Austin? That your personal storage unit you're using? What size is it?
I got a 20 by 30, man, and it's slap full.
That's a huge one.
He said it's flat full.
Yeah, I had it early, and I had plenty of room, and then I bought one of them hoarder units that you couldn't open the doors on, supposedly. And
Castlevania says her dad is up in around your age, and he helps her. I know when she just purchased this house, her dad was helping her with the new home too, but she also has a warehouse as well. She has a big piece of property that she purchased, so yeah, it was nice to see her getting moved into that house.
Good morning, Perlini. Good morning.
Hopefully here in a couple of years, I'll be able to buy a place kind of out in the country, and then I can just take a tractor out there and make me a big burn pit. And
right.
Stuff I just ain't going to get rid of, I can take out there and have bonfire. One thing I like about the units is since I had the heart surgery, now I've got CHF and pulmonary hypertension. I have breathing issues, so I can do a little bit, but then I have to stop, catch my breath.
Now let me ask you this: I know when I was doing storage units in Louisiana, especially New Orleans, when I would go through the unit and I would find like these containers of personal pictures, documents, and things like that, I would bring it to the office and they told me, no, throw it away in the dumpster. Does that happen to y'all in your area, or do y'all have to bring it to the manager to return to the owner, the previous owner?
I'll leave them in the storage unit, and I'll tell the manager that I left them in the unit. 9 out of 10 times I'll let you use it, don't let you leave it. But I've had people say, no, you got to get it out of there and get rid of it. And that's a shame.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on the facility too. Public storage, they're real nice about it, especially if I sort it there. I'll leave 3 or 4 boxes of pictures and stuff like that. They try and get a hold of them. If they can't, they just dump them.
Right.
There was one place I had bought. You remember that place over there in Mount Washington about a year ago, Stacker?
Yeah, we were both over there. We both had crappy storage units that day. Both of us.
I had over probably a quarter of a storage unit, and it was a 20 by 20 or 20 by 30 full of tubs of pictures. It was somebody's grandma been saving everybody's pictures, birth certificates, family Bibles. It's all kinds of things. I left it over in the corner, went to go get my deposit back. Guy come out, he looked at it, said, this ain't cleaned out. I said, I cleaned everything but the personal items out. He said, well, you bought those too. Get them out of here. You don't get your deposit back. So I took them.
All right, Miss Carol has a question. Austin was the actual guest, and it just so happened that when Stacker was in the chat, we found out that we're both from the same place, and they both buy from the same auctions in the same area. So that's when Stacker came on, and her question is, where are you both from?
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
I live up here in Bardstown, Kentucky. We're about 30, 45 minutes apart, depending on traffic and stuff.
That's true. Mel says I'm good. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for anyone who would like to come on after now that we got our first hour over. I'll say over, but I'm going to pin the link. So again, I know you said you may have to go anytime soon, but again, there's a lot of new people coming in right now. Austin has been in the chat multiple times. You see him in different chats making comments and questions in our chats. And so I reached out to him and asked him to come on because as of yesterday, I started making sure that we go back to showcasing people's channels. And so that's what I was very glad to hear that Austin said yes, he would do it. And so this was where Austin told me he would do it. And so that's why I wanted to bring him on this morning because of the fact that we all see him in the chats, but we just never got to meet him. So now you get to put a face with a name. That is what I got, Bourbon. I live in the Amish country. It's illegal to keep pictures, birth certificates, social security cards. Yeah, that's what I figured. In some areas, that's what you have to give them back. Yeah.
No, see here, you're supposed to have to give that
stuff back.
I'm sorry, what?
We want to give that stuff back. The problem is sometimes the managers won't take it.
Exactly.
And you don't want to contact former owners of storage units. It's a bad idea. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You will not be happy.
Well, let me ask you this, because I've seen this in someone's video before where they videoed them opening up the unit and going through the unit. And then the person that actually had the unit that they bought the auction from contacted them and then started making riff about them going through their stuff and showing it on YouTube. Have y'all ever had that problem happen to y'all?
Haven't had that problem, but it's once you buy it, it's my stuff, so I can do what I want with it. That's my attitude.
That's all too.
That's part of the reason I haven't made a whole lot of videos.
You're scared to find it?
Yeah. Well, I got to carry anyways. I just don't want to have to use anything. And
right.
Some of these people get pretty crazy about it when it's just pretty much junk. That's I hate to say that.
I'm going to be your friend whether you want me or not, Sandra.
Okay.
Austin's good people now. Y'all, he is a great guy.
Well, that's why I reached out to him, because he's always in the chats, always telling everybody hello, always commenting and questions and things like that in chats. And so that's why I wanted to reach out to him. And again, he was gracious enough to say yes. And that's one of the things I've been trying to do is get a lot of the new ones in the community to be able to put their channel out there and get to know them. A lot of people may only know you from in the chats, but then again, now we get to be able to see you and actually hear from you.
Well, now I'm going to apologize to everybody when we're in chat, because lots of y'all, I guess, have computers and stuff. I don't. I got my phone, and I just can't keep up with the chat telling everybody hi. That's because I say hi, everybody. So,
I do that a lot, depending on what chat I'm in and how many people are in the chat. A lot of times, that's all you can say is hello to everyone, and then again a little later, hello to everybody I missed. Yeah.
I got a 20-inch screen in front of me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it's hard too, because when I'm on my tablet, it's the same way. It's hard for you to make comments on a tablet too.
Yeah. Well, everybody can tell whenever they see my comments. I'm horrible at spelling, anyways, and then it's so small. Give me a break.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to type and they do that autocorrect. I hate that. That's not what I meant to say. And then it's too late when you enter it. You hit enter.
Yeah. I've done killed my auto.
Let's see. Lewis says hello to everyone in the chat plus on the panel. Pammy says hello. Patrick says, don't worry, man. I am on my phone and I'll try to do as well as I can keep up. Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yep. And it's hard to do it on your phone. You can't tag anybody on your phone, so then you have to try to put their name out. So yeah. So how's everything over there in your neck of the woods in Mexico, Mr. James?
Oh, fantastic.
I couldn't tell.
Sorry, Johnny. Sorry about my comments.
It looks like the Stevie Wonder thing going on over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a big day yesterday. I had wait a minute, what was yesterday? Yesterday was Wednesday. Spanish lessons. My tutor came over and did that. And then I had to go to the lavanderia, pick up my laundry, and ran out of Bailey's, so I had to go get another bottle at the liquor store. And nothing went as planned, but it got all accomplished. Yeah. So I actually had to go to Walmart to pick up my Bailey's. So.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Did you have to have that
some,
morning
I mean,
coffee?
they have Vassier and Crown Royal sitting out on the shelves. Bailey's, that's special. No, you have an empty box. You have to pay for it and then go to the special place where they have to sign it out.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's cheap.
Maybe
though.
you never went out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about $10 cheaper per bottle out here.
Oh,
And then the
wow.
other stuff I guess even cheaper.
Yeah.
But I'm not a drinker. I only have Bailey's for my coffee.
That's what I was going to say. Make sure you don't run out for your coffee because it wouldn't be the
I
same.
put maybe like a teaspoon of Bailey's in this 20-ounce cup of coffee. I like the taste.
It has good flavor, I think.
Yes, it is a beautiful day, 100 degrees today, and
Oh, nice.
nice
Looks nice.
20-mile-an-hour breeze. Yeah, I love this green screen I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Also,
nice one,
I wanna
especially
ask both
since
you,
it's real.
Ooh,
Yeah,
even have down. Ooh, boy. Uh-oh.
for
I have
Austin,
this coconut tree right above me. I have to watch out for these huge things falling.
yeah, really. For Austin and Stacker, is there any units y'all been looking at lately that y'all looking at trying to get on an auction online right now?
Yeah. I look at them every day.
Got them all the time. Sometimes they'll put them up 3 weeks ahead of time.
Yeah, I just bought one the other week from Public Storage, and then yesterday they had some
storage
gold-
units. There's Miss Marion, and Marion is also one with her son that they buy storage units.
Yep, I've been buying about 35 years. But my
Sweet.
son doesn't now. We live in Arizona, Phoenix area.
You gotta take your finger off the microphone. You covered it on your phones. Yeah, just move your hand around a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to put the
little bit
computer on a stand.
There you
Okay.
go. That's better. I think it's when you talk into the phone, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So the prices have really gone up this year since
Yeah.
COVID. I don't know why. People are flocking here from California. I think they get better deals. But we have a lot of fun with it, and we find interesting things. He does all the heavy lifting, and then I get stuff I can sell on YouTube now because I'm getting there way over the hill.
Yeah, you're definitely finding some good stuff lately that I've been watching you on the auctions with.
Yeah, I sold those anime books the other day. That was the first time that I found those. What's that?
Yeah.
Someone's got a
Wasn't
message
me.
that came in on their phone
That's
or a
not
text
mine.
message.
Yeah, it was me. You don't have
That's
to go
what
here.
it
and
sounded
look at
like.
it. It was.
It is a lot of work. It is dirty work. Don't anybody get fooled that this is an easy way to make a living.
I know every time I'm watching videos, I watch videos of people doing the opening and going through a storage unit, I'm always screaming like they can hear me, like, put gloves on, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a one unit that they're going through and it's got rat shit all over inside of it. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
wear gloves. It's like, wow, that's nasty.
I don't like to buy the outside units too much, but especially now it's going to get hot. So we try to buy as many inside units during the summer, especially.
So are y'all doing better? Are y'all finding more of the climate controlled units than outside units?
Just 4 units and one,
I do.
3 were good and one was a dud.
Yeah. Because I know when in New Orleans, most of the ones I bought were all climate controlled. So I was very pleased and happy to see that it wasn't like a lot of these units that are on the outside.
Yeah, and I think Public Storage is about the biggest company now all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They're
Yeah,
a monster.
but
Yeah,
they
they're
used
buying
to do
out
their-
facilities in Louisville.
Yeah, they
Yep.
used to do their own auctions. So it's opened a bigger market now for people that are online.
Yeah, since I moved up here in the country, I don't find as many units, but they're not a name brand that you would see in the country in the cities. If you go up, like the next towns or the bigger towns away from us, then you start seeing like the U-Hauls. A lot of the U-Haul companies are Publix in the
Yeah.
bigger towns. Yeah.
Yeah. So we sell at a swap. David sells at the swap meet every Friday morning. It's like a dealer's swap meet. He works on burn and turn theory. So, and then summer now he goes up to Prescott, which is about an hour and a half or so away. It's a little cooler, and sells there. And we have he has the booth in Antique
Go
Mall.
ahead. They don't always see you.
Put the nice things in the Antique Mall. And so and then he sells to people. He puts it on OfferUp and all those sites.
Good morning, hello, and welcome to Pittsburgh. Anthony in the house. Good morning, Anthony.
So it's an interesting business. And
What happened? Someone's coming to attack you, James?
No, mangoes were coming down. Yeah.
They hit
I also
me
got a
now.
mango tree, and then I just realized this is an orange tree. They're tiny little oranges right now, but I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Sweet.
Maybe it's a grapefruit.
Well, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to hop off here,
So
y'all.
before you go real quick,
Possibly.
Austin, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself and your channel and before you leave.
Well, I am the Bourbon City Picker. I guess you can still call me Graybeard if you want, because it hasn't changed color. Buy storage, sell on eBay. I just try and enjoy myself mainly. So even with the health conditions, I still try and get out and enjoy myself. That's the main thing for any of it. So
I want to thank you for coming on, and I'm glad I was able to. I wanted to showcase you, of course, and I'm glad you said you would come on. For those who may not know or have not subscribed to Austin, he does have videos out, and there's his link to his channel. Go ahead and show him some love and support, and check out his channel and subscribe to him.
well, I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I wish you luck. And give vibes send your way about your health.
Yeah,
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
and it's good to
Good
see you in the
talking
chat.
to you, Justin. Good talking to you, Austin.
Good seeing you too, Sacker. I might have to come down there to Louisville and hang out with you again one day.
Yeah, you can come by and do a pick anytime you want.
I might need to do that. I don't know.
You don't need to do a pick, though. You got so much stuff now.
Yeah. I'd probably get in trouble if I come down there. So. Well, it's been good talking to everybody, and I will see y'all later.
See you, man.
These
All right, thank you.
are
Austin.
the brand new oranges. That's how tiny they are right now. That's how come I didn't know
That
it was an
almost looks
orange
like
tree.
kumquats.
No, but it is because I remember the landlord saying it was a grapefruit tree. I think.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure the translation.
Sarcastic, how many lockers
Yeah.
do you buy average month or week?
No, it's not a kumquat. I know.
I try to buy at least a locker a week, unless I get a big one like right now. I got a 10 by 20 that I've been going every day for the past week and pulling stuff out. I'm still pulling stuff out. But I try to always have something going all the time. Because basically I'm a treasure hunter. I'm in these things to find treasure.
Oh yeah.
Gold.
Too. Yeah.
Gold.
It's a sour orange tree. That's what it was.
That's a little bit of orange.
Well,
Like
they're
a musky ball.
they're barely started.
Wow. And they're falling off already?
Well, yeah, it's because it's windy. It was like a 35-mile-an-hour gust. Right.
Wow.
Here. Yeah, it's nice and breezy, even though it's 100. It's going to be 100. I think it's like 78, 80.
Sandra says, stop eating random garden clippings.
Well, the mangoes, maybe. Yeah. They have long, not a fishing pool, like a fishing net or a swimming pool net, from regular leaves. And they were going up there with this device, and this mango tree is tall.
All right, Paul Antonelli has a question. If you've been going in for over a week, did you pay to rent the auction unit for a longer term?
Yes.
Sometimes.
In public storage, you can rent the locker for the first month is $1 plus the insurance. So I'm paid up through the end of May for a total of $72 on a 10 by 20. and that
Wow,
allows me plenty of time to take the items and sell them. So I don't have to clog up all my buildings here. I'm just going to use their space, and I don't have to kill myself trying to unload all that stuff. There's big furniture items in there, leather couches, leather seats. It's heavy stuff. And I just do I'll bring an item home and sell it, go get another item, bring it home and sell it. It'll all pay for itself.
And also, if you're first getting into it, it also gives you a little stress reliever. Just, okay, let's see what I'm dealing with.
Especially when you don't want to have to try to rush for the last, if it's 48 or 72 hours, you don't want to have to rush to get everything done. Whereas in this case, with that company, you pay $1 for, and most of them make you pay the insurance too. That's pretty well an
50.
easy thing for you to do to where it can stretch the whole month out for you.
Yeah, you can work at your own pace.
Right. And do y'all do the same thing, Miss Marion?
Yes, if we buy big locker, we try to rent it. Some places won't give you a break, but some of the storage will give you like public storage, so we can
Public storage because you don't have to pay a deposit.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Yeah,
Nice.
that helps.
So in that company you use, is that the only one you find that you can get it for $1 plus insurance for the first month?
Well, there's some other ones. Trying to think. Extra space.
Storage Express is pretty good. I don't know if you buy there.
We don't have that company here.
Oh,
We have Extra Space.
yeah, we do
Life
too.
Storage has gotten bigger here. I don't know where they are in the country, but
Life Storage used to be Uncle Bob's here. You remember Uncle Bob's Storage?
yeah, those were really
just
old junky places here.
Have a good day,
Yeah.
Pammy. We'll see you in the next chat.
They've bought out another local company here that built beautiful facilities where you could drive right into the building with your vehicle.
Yeah.
Clean, all inside, beautiful. Those are my favorite. Very nice. And
Especially
I like those too.
Yeah. Especially when there's a driveway, you can go right through it. Yeah.
yeah, you can either drive right up or you drive in the building like that, which is good in the summer. And
Yes.
then, I like to buy in the better neighborhoods too. We get much better inventory in
No.
higher income neighborhoods.
Right. Are you the same way, Stacker?
I try to buy closer to home when I can. And generally, in the East End in Louisville, it's better stuff than on the other side. Generally, not always though.
Right.
Not always.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of YouTube channels that do the auction stuff like that, and I find that they do have some good storage units that they find, and they have some bad ones they find. So yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Yeah, like this week, he bought 4, and 3 were good, and 1 was total waste.
Oh.
And we usually
Those happen.
Yeah.
bring this stuff to the Goodwill.
Well, you know what's not bad about it? Then you have 4 and you have 3 good ones. Again, sometimes they're going to be where you get
that
them all.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good
that's
ones
awesome.
kind of made up for the bad ones.
Right.
And, it's a lot of fun. And
It is.
it's been. I used to have a resale shop called Nice is New. I had that store for 20 years, and that's when I got into the storage units. But there wasn't online. You went to the auction. So I went every single morning. And I get a kick out of it now. I look back because it was the same group of people, and there are similar people nowadays when we go to live. But I don't go to live auctions anymore.
Good morning, Gina.
We only have one guy doing live auctions here right
Now, I have a question for both of you. And I see Paul just got a question too. Have y'all been to all these different auction units, and there's something in every unit that you have to have and you keep other than trying to sell?
Oh, heck yeah.
Well, I don't try to keep anymore. Unless it's some fantastic piece of jewelry, I don't need to be keeping anything.
Right.
Come on.
This
I'm trying
question
to
is
get rid of stuff.
how many people do you have helping you? I know Marion has her son.
Yeah, it's just me, Smith, and Wesson.
David has two different sets of people that help him with the clean out. He told me he's
Oh, that's
getting too
good.
old. He can't do all this heavy work.
Right.
I said, what do you mean too old? So he has a couple guys he knows from the swap meet. They come and help him, and he pays the kid a little bit. And then he has one guy, Mike. He does the heavy lifting. Like we bought one of those lockers last month where the people thought they'd go into business and they were buying the pallets of merchandise from Home Depot.
Oh,
And there were
wow.
two really big, heavy bathtubs in there. And
Wow.
David didn't, he
Were
probably
they the
could have
claw
sold
tubs?
it.
Did they have the claw feet on the tubs?
Maybe one of them. I did not look at them close.
Those are
but that
good.
day- The day I was there, he hadn't moved anything out, and so it was hard. It was a big unit. I don't know,
Right.
what, 20 feet deep. It was even bigger. And he got a lot of good stuff out of there. He got a lot of tools and things like that, which is what he's after all the time, tools. And so he just gave them to this guy, Mike, because it took 4 people or so to move that out. How they got it in there, who knows? But that was kind of an interesting unit.
Yeah, we have a question again from Paul. Is it worth taking out what you want and then calling 800 got junk to clean out the unit?
That's expensive. They charge
I've
pretty
never
good
done
bucks
that.
to clean out. No, we
Yeah,
have
because
our
I see
own.
up here on the commercials, they always got this commercial where 1-800 got junk and they go, oh, I want all this gone, and you're supposed to just point and it's gone. It's like, okay. And then, yeah. So I was wondering how
No,
If it's
we
much.
junk, I just throw it away.
Right.
And they don't let you
Hello,
use the
Rosie, Closet,
dumpsters.
Crystal. Good morning. Hello and welcome.
Right. I got my
They don't let
own
you use the
rolling big
dumpsters.
55-gallon cans.
But the
Yeah.
thing about that is, too, you don't want to spend a lot more money than you have to when you're
Yeah,
trying to sell the stuff you have in the units, because then you come out of your profits.
yeah, increases your cost of inventory.
Correct.
No, he wants to turn that stuff as quickly as he can.
Right.
So
Turn
we
it
try
and
to
burn it.
buy. Yeah, turn and burn.
So do y'all have any type of front storefront to put things in, or are you just selling it on wherever you can?
Well, the antique mall has, and swap meets and offer up and that kind of. He has a storage unit where he sells out of. So you just any way you can find. If he gets some specialty item, like he gets ammo, he's got a list of names. The guys wait in line to buy ammo.
Oh, wow.
And
Perlini has a question. Do y'all really find spectacular things in the units like coins, money, jewelry, etc.?
All of the above.
yeah, we do, but not all the time.
Right.
Right.
Good morning, Swamp Picker. Glenn's in the house. Sandra says, this is community is teaching me so much. And that's what's good about the morning show. A lot of people, you think of, maybe you might be thinking, okay, I only do maybe garage sales or estate sales. But this is just another way to show you that there are multiple ways that you can source, especially depending on your business motto, on your business plans of what you want. And this is just another means by doing storage auctions.
That's right, Johnny. When you buy storage auctions, you never need to source anywhere else because you'll have everything you ever needed.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Yeah, because you just never know what's going to be in there until you go through it and make sure if you do go to a unit and you purchase something, you have to go through everything, not just, I'm looking at it and throw it away or no, it's good or whatever. You have to look into everything.
Well, you get to look through everything. Yes.
Yeah,
that's the motivation. I mean, it's a treasure hunt. At every turn, you could find whatever. I went through a pair of pants one time and found a gold wedding band just in a pair of pants. So if it would have wound up at Goodwill or something,
right?
But there it was. So you check the pockets. You never know what you're going to find.
Yeah, you could. I found a gold pocket watch in a sock years ago.
That's awesome.
Especially when you're going through like the birthday cards or anniversary cards, and they forget to either take the cash out and gift cards in them.
I look for gift cards.
Yeah.
I've got a few gift cards in my wallet now. I take them, and then
Right.
and I think the smallest unit can be just as valuable as a real big one, because we
Correct.
found a nice Rolex in a small junky unit a couple of years ago, and the big units usually have a lot of furniture, and if we can help it, that's not what we want. We want them filled with boxes.
Right. Miss
Furniture
Carol,
equals money here.
yeah.
Huh?
Miss Carol has a good point about when we get older, it's hard for us. That's why some people
Yeah.
have people that help them, because again,
Yeah.
that takes a toll on your body. Plus, if you have breathing problems, you have to think about the dust that's in that unit, the things that
That's
you're going to be
right.
going through, and so you have to be ready and prepared. And when you have health issues, it's hard for you to go through a unit like that, because it's
Yeah,
not always boring, clean, and beautiful, and you got to take the dirt with the good stuff too.
Yeah, people do not have
Keep
a
you in good
pride of
shape too.
ownership anymore.
Sandra says, I may have to start picking up the curbside of alert clothing just to check the pockets, then donate the clothes. There you go.
Yeah.
You never
don't have
know.
that
'Cause
here.
a lot of people, you have to think of where would somebody hide something? For example, when I go to an estate sale, I go to some of the books. It's amazing on how much money you can find in a book. You just never know.
Yeah, we
That's
go
why you got
through
to check
books,
everything.
cards.
Yep. Wear gloves and mask. And I'm always watching videos, and that's the first thing I yell. Where's your mask? Where's your glove? Right, they can hear me. So yeah.
I never do either one of them.
Rachel, hello, good morning, and welcome. What you said?
I never do either one of them.
I've got to go to my coffee club in the morning. Start my
Oh,
morning with
okay.
some coffee friends. So
Right.
you guys have a good day.
All right, you too. Thank you for coming and sharing on to the show.
Good to see you.
Happy shopping. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Carol says, I went to an estate sale and bought these boxes of greeting cards and found $150. And you just never know.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's why even when you're going to those estate sales, you got to look in everything when you're sourcing, and the same thing with storage units. Yes. Good morning, Rachel. So what was the worst thing you ever found in a storage unit, Stacker?
Oh, you find like needles all the time, stuff like that. Feces. We found ashes of people, dead ashes of people's pets. That's very sad when you find that. But bed bugs. Infestations of roaches. I'd say bed bugs would be the worst.
Have you ever
I
found
had that happen to me one time. It cost me thousands to get that taken care of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always worried about that. Well, when I was doing it, I wasn't worried about it. But then you start hearing it a lot more about bed bugs. And it's like, wow, do I really want to go start buying all these units, not knowing if you're going to have that problem?
Yeah, well, you got to be careful. Just don't take the stuff straight into your house.
Right.
Until you're 100% sure it's clear.
Right. So if anybody has any questions about storage units, Stacker's here, and before he decides he wants to leave or needs to leave, make sure you ask the question.
I thought I had to leave, Johnny, but it's freaking raining out there, and I can't film it. I can't film in my locker today because I have to drag some of the stuff out to be able to get in there. There's still so much stuff, and it's raining, so I can hang around a little while.
Cool. Well, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. You can ask him about these challenges he's been doing, the fire stuff he's been doing, the hot stuff, or even storages. If you have any questions, ask him in the chat.
I'll answer anything I can.
To a point, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm 27 away. No, now 26. I just got another one. I'm 26 away from 2,000. And then at that point, I have committed to do the Toe of Satan challenge, which could be one of my hardest ones. I did the Tube of Terror, which was actually a League of Fire sponsored heat challenge. One of the hot ones, but this Toe of Satan is really gonna hurt. So I hope everybody enjoys my pain.
I said congratulations on 2,000 or getting there.
Yeah,
I I'm so close, but yet so far. It seems like I've been on the verge of going there for 3 weeks now. So,
Paul has another question. Is it worth putting one of those hot shot bug bombs in the units before you go back into it back later that day? I think you have to be out of there for 3 hours. So yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you have to get all that foam stuff that goes all over everything, and you have to clean everything with that, don't you?
Yeah. Some of those daggone bugs will survive a nuclear attack. You're not going to get them with that anyway. They'll hide in things.
She's been thinking about getting her first unit with her son. Any advice?
Buy small in the beginning.
Good morning, Roy. Horizon Pick. Good morning. Hello and welcome.
Pick an amount you want to spend, and that is your limit.
Oh,
I think target a unit you like for yourself.
What was that, Stalker?
I'd say if you're just beginning and you see a storage unit and it's something you need or want, go for that. Take it from there. Then that way you know you're getting something you want, even if the unit turns out to be crap.
Yeah, you're right about that. Perlini says she went to a yard sale once and there was a free pile. I didn't notice when I picked it up. It was full of roaches.
I would also suggest if it's your first time, you never gone, go to one, but don't bid. Just observe and see how it
Especially
works.
if they let you go in there and it's open to the public. Yeah.
Yeah. Register as a bidder, but just sit back and watch that's how they do it, how the competition is, why people are doing certain ways of bidding. If you see a bidding war going on, and why, you listen to what others are saying. Hey, I see this, I see that, I see this. This is worth this. See how they kind of figure it out.
Yeah, because I know when I used to go to them, you wouldn't be able to go in the unit, but you can use a flashlight, a stepping stool, or whatever, get high and look at with a flashlight. And a lot of times you get to see things that other people can't. So,
and also
welcome, Sandra.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi, Chandra.
I just wanted to jump on and tell James that I'm highly offended that he took that mango and tossed it on the ground as if your girl over here wasn't trying to have some kind of breakfast.
There's actually 4 mangoes sitting there on the ground.
Well, I don't want them now, James.
The chupacabra ants got to him before I could.
Oh.
Yeah. They've already burrowed
there's that.
I could, cut that part out, but I really don't care for the mangoes.
Save them for me.
Yeah, it's a huge tree. They're, like I said, they're picking them and only getting the specific orange ones, and then it turns just red after they pick them.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
I have a question for Sarcastic.
What now? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I said I have a question for Sarcastic.
Yeah.
Far away.
Like when you very first did your first storage unit, why? I mean, like, what were the circumstances surrounding that made you go, hey, I'm going to do this? And I mean, did something like you were on eBay before that or what?
Boredom.
Well, I'll tell you what happened with me. I was I just retired back in 2010 or 11, and I was watching Storage Wars, and I wasn't happy just being retired. That didn't work for me, and I saw that, and I was intrigued. And then I went to some auctions because of that, and I was one of those Storage War yahoos that came around, and that's how I got started, and I've been doing it ever since.
So it wasn't like you were doing eBay and you chose that as an alternate sourcing.
Yeah, well, we sell on Facebook Marketplace, and I sell everything locally, and I bulk sell to eBayers. So I have people that I sell certain items. I'm just trying
to figure out what makes y'all tick.
Well, I'm a treasure hunter, and when the first time you find gold in a storage unit, you're hooked for life.
I imagine you need a 12-step program after that.
Yeah, but I'm never going to stop. As long as I'm able to do it, I'm going to do it. And it's keeping me in good shape.
And for me, I did it because I was wanting to make extra money, especially after Katrina's when I got started. And I needed furniture to fill out a new home that I purchased after that. And so for me, that worked out for me to get my furniture that I needed, at least some furniture to refurnish my new place that I had gotten after. But then after that, it was like, okay, then what can I make out of this? And so I started selling, and I started getting on Facebook and wherever I can sell, like Craigslist and things like that. And then I was able to get more money going back into to my pocket, to where I had enough of it. It was all the hard work, and sometimes it was hard to get rid of the bigger pieces of furniture and that kind of stuff. But for me, that's why I did it.
It seems like it could be backbreaking. And just listening to you guys today, I've loved this show so much today, because it's just a side of sourcing I've never, really looked into. But I just wonder, after hearing some of these stories, is there some kind of special vaccination they can give you before you go into these locations?
I would say, thankfully, I was in the military and they jacked me up with all kinds of crap. Who knows what? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. The biggest thing too is when you're doing these type of units, and if you get to do it in person, you get to physically see what it looks like in there. Whereas now on online auctions, it's kind of hard to see, especially when some of the pictures they're posting on, and you really can't tell, even though you enlarge it. But yeah, like Austin said, bleach water and rags.
It's got to be something.
Nice.
All right, cry me a river, James. Oh, cry me a river.
Very nice.
And no, that's not a green screen behind him.
Yes.
Carol says, wear a hazmat suit.
Right? I know, right?
Well, but believe it or not, some of those units, depending on how long they've been sitting there, a lot of times if you see it in person and they open that door, it can tell you about how long they've been there, the thickness of the dust on the stuff.
Yeah, you want to see dust as a buyer. You want dust on the boxes.
What now?
You want dust on the boxes as a buyer. You don't want to see footprints in the locker. You don't want to see fingerprints on the boxes. Right. And that way they've been poking around in there and whatever.
Exactly.
Ah.
Yeah, because if you open that unit for the first time and they open the units, they just open it for the first time. And you get to see what's in there. And you see all this dust on stuff, but then all of a sudden you see fingerprints and footprints, they've been in there. So
they've been in there.
It's not original.
Yeah.
When I worked for the citrus industry, we had the workers get into these disposable suits. And it kind of gave them some protection, but also for the orange peel. But I want to say it was only like $3 or $4 each. So,
yeah. And you have to think about your health. Nice. If it's something that you're interested in, you're wanting to do, you need to protect yourself no matter what. So, yeah, the gloves and the mask are biggest part of that. And then again, don't bring anything directly to your home, especially when it's the first time they open the doors and you never know what kind of critters are going to come out of there.
Direct sunlight. Yep. Yeah, he put it in out in the open in direct sunlight.
Yeah. Locker nuts. Jack opens a locker that has been open for 20 years. Disgusting. Yeah, I saw that video this weekend. Yeah. And then he's out there taking these boxes and it's full of dust and he hits his hand on it. I said, don't do that. I'm like, wow. I went to a creepy.
I saw a video. Oh, sorry.
No, that's all right. I was just reading Rachel's comment. She says she went to a creepy barn, no electricity, and got some great finds. You just never know. Paul does have a question. Do you only go after leaned units?
Well, I mean, if you don't go after a lean, you're not going to get a good unit. The manager specials they're not going to put a lot of good stuff in there. What you see is what you get, and that's it.
Yeah, you're not going to get a home run. Manager specials.
You're not going to get a home run. You're probably not even going to get a bunt single unless it's something you really need.
Yeah, because I see a lot on those online auctions where they have a manager special. Stay away from those unless you see something you have to have or need that maybe you like for your home. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, question for you.
Go ahead.
But first, I got to tell you that every time you talk about Katrina, like my eyes kind of get a little. I can't imagine my good friend going through that. I'm so happy you survived it, sweetheart.
Well, one thing you have to learn in the South, especially in Louisiana and the South, the coast lines, you learn how to start over. Granted, I've seen my grandmother do it, and I've seen my family do it. So you learn in the South how to do that. And just like those that are living in Tornado Alley, you hear them when they
Yeah,
get
I grew up
interviewed,
in Tornado Alley.
they will not move because that's what they're used to. That when you're sourcing, or once you live in a spot like that, you get used to it. Whereas now I'm glad here in Massachusetts, I don't have to worry about that as much as I did in Louisiana. So you learn how to survive and restart over anytime that happens. But thank you.
So my question for you is, you came at it from a different angle. You were in probably survival mode to a degree, I imagine, like just trying to recoup some, the things you have to have. Like there's a limit to the amount of time I'm gonna sit on the floor and watch television. I need a sofa.
Exactly.
But did you have? But like, don't you need like a truck and a place to take it? And I mean, the fact that you just jumped up and bought a unit and said, "Oh, I got furniture now," like that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, I did have help and I did have a truck, but I didn't keep everything in that one. Like say the first unit I bought, I didn't keep everything because again, sometimes you find furniture. Okay, I have to have something, so I'll take this for now until I can get back on my feet.
Right.
So you do what you have to do sometimes. But for me, I did have a truck. And so I was able to, even though I was in a FEMA trailer at the beginning, I knew what I wanted to do after the fact. So once I was able to find another place, then I started going into getting these storage units, and then I had a place to bring the furniture. So that for me was what I was able to do at the beginning. Then I saw the opportunity for things that were left to go ahead and start selling wherever, Craigslist or wherever I was able to find at that time. So you learn at the beginning, okay, if you're using it for yourself, that's great. So you want to find the units of things that you're trying to refurbish, or some people buy just to refurbish the units and resell them, especially when they have these thrifting, the craft places and stuff where people have on, back in Louisiana, we used to have a flea market that was inside of an old A&P grocery store. And so you learn to go to those type of booths and start selling the extra stuff that you have on a regular basis.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say that organization was the key to that. Yeah, that's not what you get with me. Sorry. Move on.
The more prep you do, the less hassles and obstacles you'll have later on. Guaranteed.
All I heard was blah blah blah
you
blah
never
blah.
Get everything. Prep. You lost me at prep, right? Organizer.
That I do remember. Yes, 1985, and then there was in Biloxi, Mississippi. We had a banana ship. Yes, I remember that as well. But one thing I do remember is in Morgan City, there was a ship, a trailboat that came up in the middle of Morgan City, and they left it there on a landmark as a momentum of remembering that trailboat that came in from the Gulf. I was living in a FEMA place as bad as they say. Actually, no, it was not. I had a really nice trailer. It wasn't the traditional little small white ones that they gave me. Mine was more of there was two sides of it that came out. And basically you learn how to live smaller because there's not much space in those type of trailers. But I did have a queen size bed in that one, and I was comfortable with what they gave me. I was blessed at what they gave me, but then I still had to start looking for a place to move. And once you learn that, you adapt sometimes.
And yeah, Johnny, I thought I was there that same year when you were there, but it was, I guess, the year before. That picture I sent was timestamp. Yeah, I remember seeing the people still living in the tents and underneath the bridges, and that was what 4 years after.
In front of City Hall too.
Yeah, and the Embassy Suites, all of that brand new one where their windows were blown out, but they just never opened, and they just left it like that.
Yep. Yeah, just like the hospital too.
Yeah.
Paul has another question. If you're buying units and have so much that you have to rent your own storage unit, isn't that adding to your cost? Yes.
Yeah. That'll add to your cost. But like I bought like 1,000 units over the years, and I've only rented a unit twice, and it's currently the one that I'm in, the 10 by 20 I've rented. And the only other time is when I bought that life-size statue of Muhammad Ali for $600, and I could not move it. So I sold it out of the unit for $1,200. 2 months later, I paid $90 total in rent. So yes, it cost me, but I made money. So it's all good.
Yeah,
well, if you're going to pay somewhere, you're either going to pay for a warehouse space or, storage.
nothing's free.
There's a cost attached to it,
Right.
And Sean,
And
to
you have
make
to
sure
think about
you
it.
have the facility or a place available to store things.
Right. And you have to look at it the long run too. Is it going to be worth you buying or paying for a unit to keep it unless you already have one that you've combined everything else that you have as a storage unit area for yourself,
right?
For your cost. You have to think about that as well.
So you would consolidate more than one unit into just the one then.
Yeah.
And
oh yes, you learn how to do that if you're running out of space. Yeah.
No, I'm just happy knowing you know how to do it. I don't need to learn how to do it.
Well, you learn, I guess for me, I'm always been organized with anything I do. And so that to me helps me in the long run. But right now, my back will not allow me to do something like that unless I had somebody to help me. And then, of course, have the space to put it. So that's another thing you have to look at. Do you have the space? Do you have the manpower? Do you have the ability to do it yourself? Because if you can't, I would stay away from it. Because that's what I don't do them anymore because I could not do it anymore with my back now. And you learn how to adapt with other sourcing.
What you can do, Johnny, is just buy a storage unit with nothing but boxes in it. If you wanted to gamble and just buy a unit with just nothing but boxes in there, you could do that yourself.
Yeah, I've done that before where even if it had just totes in it, because it's amazing. The one unit that I bought had all totes and boxes. And believe it or not, that's what I used to start my eBay store was all these dolls, these Barbie dolls that was so old and Avon Barbies that's what I started my unit with from the dolls.
Yeah.
Selling on eBay. Makes me tired thinking about it. Yeah, it can be, but again, in the long run, it's what you can do with it. And sometimes it's rewarding. Rachel says, my issue is I cannot do physical, but my son is here and that's the thing. You have to have some manpower because if you can't do it yourself and your back is hurting or you have issues with health, sometimes you have to make sure you have help before you do something like that. You have to look at
that's all prep work. Yeah. I mean, with the vehicle or truck, I mean, you can rent one from Home Depot for a day, but you have to take that cost into consideration as well.
And there are some U-Hauls and trucks that you can rent for like $19.95 a day. But you got to also think of the mileage that you have to pay for that as well. Is that worth the cost? So you got to kind of look at all that.
Right. I get by with a minivan, believe it or not.
Yeah, that too.
I just took all the seats out of the back, and there's plenty of room in there.
But here's part of thinking forward, thinking ahead. What if it does have bed bugs? I don't want to put it in my minivan.
Okay,
well, I mean, what if? I mean, what if you get in a wreck on the way to the facility? I mean, you got to.
It's just risk assessment.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you got to think of all that. So when you're doing it, you have to think about everything about it. So yeah, there is some planning involved in that. But once you do it more than once, you get to kind of adapt to what works best for you.
You just do the best you can.
Yep. Now, it may not be for you because some people cannot do it or with their health or don't have the manpower to move it, don't have the vehicles to move it. A lot of times that does happen. But again, if it works for you, then you do what you have to do because some people cannot do it and won't do it. Now, I'm going to say I will never do it again. But right now, I am pretty well available with what I have in my storage units. I say storage because it's in the house. As long as I can have room in my house or basement, I'm not going to a storage unit because I don't want to pay that extra cost. Wings of Love, Tammy, hello, and welcome. And yeah, there's my link tree. All my social media things are there. You can reach me any way you can, Rachel. And I think you have my email. Because I've purchased a lot from Rachel before with some vinyl albums. And so, yeah, she's got a good bit of stuff she's been selling too. So check her out.
Good morning, Wings and Rachel and everybody. I can't read the chat, but
Wings of Love, yeah.
So,
Rachel, reinventing Rachel said she didn't recognize you. She said she didn't think that was you.
Yeah. This is
He's in Mexico, Rachel, by the way.
Simone Padron.
That's where he moved to. There are several available in our area. Oh, jumped here. Got to run. Well, thank you so much, Sandra. And it was so good to see you. And you're always welcome to come in the morning show and visit with us. Perlini makes me hard thinking about it. Yeah, and a lot of people do. It's just you have to be willing and able to do it and or have the manpower to help you. I should do it. I shouldn't have done it years ago. Yeah, and that's when the time is right, you will know. I have an auction tonight. Rachel, don't forget to put your link in the chat. Everybody, don't forget to put your links in the chat so everybody can check your channels out and make sure they're subscribed to you. Paul, the flipping sports guy. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And I saw you on the morning show this morning on the 24-hour listing challenge. If they're still going on at 1 o'clock, I will be on there as their guest also at 1 o'clock today.
Rachel said she didn't recognize me. What? Does Mexico look good on me?
Yeah, when we were all young, we could have done a lot. You're right.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah. You know, there's nothing to it but just to do it. Just do it. Jump in.
Just do it.
If you have the means and you have the place and you have the storage and you want to try it out, like what Sacker said, start small. That's what I did. I used the first one to basically use what I needed. Currently, it's just Amy, and guess the boys took a nap. Oh, wow. Oh, poor Amy. Yeah, they didn't know if Paul was going to make it. So, yeah, you have to think small, start small, and once you get the hang of it, and you got to take the good with the bad sometimes, but you just never know what you're going to find when you're in there. So, yeah, that's the best thing to do. There's Rosie's Closets. They're having their auction today. It's in an hour and a half, so 12 o'clock. Also, I don't see Dawn and Mary in here yet. They have their live at 12 o'clock as well. Don't forget that. Don't forget this evening at the Holla Dollar Money in Motion. I did post this morning the new brackets update as of the Tuesday's show. Definitely check it out and see if you're on the list, if you're part of the brackets, to see if you need to compete. Hopefully today, if we finish, we will be starting round 4 next Tuesday. So check it out. I did post it on our group page. Did I have it in here? Let's see. No, I don't.
Man, that stuff feels good.
Here is the reseller group on Facebook. If you haven't checked it out and you have content, you are welcome to join. It is free. There's no membership questions. It's open to anyone who wants to list it. Unless there's something that happens, I have it set to where if I need to approve something, that will go through. But if not, it's automatically you can list your videos that you have coming out live. Come see me tonight. Is that your channel, or is that your item, the video you're doing tonight, Rachel?
That's an invitation.
That is the reminder you can set for the 7 p.m. auction tonight for Rachel. I like the thumbnail. I'm going to have to check it out, and I just set my reminder. Cool. Crystal says, I emailed you. I'm sorry I joined you in the auction. Oh, I can't join you in the auction. There you go. So, yeah. Don't forget to drop your links in the chat. And there's the link for the auction tonight. I just set my reminder. For those who are in the chat, if you have content, drop your link so that way everybody can check to make sure they're subscribed to you. We're going to get ready to end the show. I see my numbers are dropping, and I don't want to keep going on, and we don't have a lot of people in the chat. I know everybody has the other plans and other channels to be watching because there's a lot going on. But again, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out, and we'll go around and Stacker, tell everybody what you got going on your channel, or if you have anything planned coming up this week.
Yeah, I've been working on that unit that I can't get to today because it's raining and there's stuff I have to pull out of there to get in there. But I've been working on that mini series, and I am getting ready to do that heat challenge with the toe of Satan. Somebody's going to have to take on the devil to save the planet, so I guess I'll do that.
And drop your link for that because, again, we want to make sure you get to 2,000 so you can do that.
Yeah, let me see where I'm at here. I am 26 away.
And if anybody hasn't subscribed, check out the link and subscribe and get them to that 2,000 so he can do that challenge.
Yes. I'll drop my link.
And James is just chilling in Mexico. That's not a green screen. That's where
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm doing what am I doing? I'm hitting a bunch of flea markets. I got a list of them, and there's like some of them 9 different flea markets every day.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I'm doing that. Taco videos and just living a enjoyable life here in Mexico.
All right, and there's the link for.
I'm happy for you, man.
Sarcastic Storage Stackers link. Go check it out and see if you're friends. I'm going to make sure I'm still subscribed. That's what I like about also y'all dropping the links. That way I can check to make sure I am still subscribed because we know how that's been working lately. And so that way you can check out and set up the reminders. Hey friends, just checking in here, working while I'm. Oh, thank you for coming by and checking out the show, the morning show. Also, don't forget, if you are interested right now, I am booked to the second week, the full second week in May, starting booking now on the third week of May. So if you would like to promote your channel and be a star on the show and promote your channel and talk about your channel and get others to come in and ask questions about what you're doing, if you have any questions, reach out to me. I am getting, like I said, I'm on the third week of May now. So reach out to me, and I'll be glad to have you as a guest. I do have a few people waiting right now to get responses from to see, because I did ask what the dates are available. But I am starting already booking on the third week of May now. So reach out to me. Also, don't forget, tonight is the second part of the Holla Dollar Money in Motion. And we may be finishing tonight, but I did post those links to those brackets in the update of the group. I would like to come on, update all of you. You're more than welcome to. Reach out to me, and we'll see what day is available and what day you can come on. I'll be glad to help you and set that up for you on the calendar. Again, don't forget, tomorrow morning, the show's again back here every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And you will see a different guest every day. Check out I will not put the guest's name into the description bar until that morning, but I will have all their information. I'm gonna try to see if I can do it probably for the whole week, maybe, and put their names in there so y'all can see who they are. And that way I'll send the links to them so they can share that out, showing where they're at, instead of just putting it the day of. So I'll see about doing that instead. That may help others. So with that being said, I think, like I said before, I end each and every show, don't go nowhere, stalker. We'll talk after the show. Love always. Love is always free. Please, please, please be kind to one another until we meet into another chat. Have a fabulous and blessed day, evening, and until we meet into another chat. See y'all later. And the link is at the top if you want to come and talk to us after the show.